Good evening, Tottenham fans. So Zerbi has had his first proper interview as Tottenham manager, and I think it went really, really well. I think it was a really strong interview, and I'm really glad they addressed certain issues that we all know about. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get into what he said in that interview. I'm also going to talk a little bit about his start at Marseille, because there is a lot of criticism of how he started at Brighton, but it's completely different how he started at Marseille, but I'll get into that a little bit later. I might even start talking about players that might thrive under him and players that might not be able to thrive under him. But all that in today's video. Keep watching because this interview is pretty interesting. So I've documented it all as well. So his introduction was, I'm very happy, very proud to be here. I consider Tottenham one of the most important clubs in the world. So I'm very happy. I have a big responsibility, but it's a big challenge for me. And I'm looking forward to start to work with the players and win some games. Now, that was a strong start for me because he's telling everybody this is a big club. He knows how important it is and he just wants to get going. He seems pretty excited about doing this job, to be honest. And I don't know why. You got 7 games to keep us up, man. But anyway, he went on to say, I watched a lot of games, especially in the last period. I know very well the players. I love football, so I watch many, many games per week. I know everything. I know it's a tough moment for Tottenham, but I know very well it's a tough moment. It's a difficult moment for everyone at Tottenham. I think we have the right qualities to come out of this moment. So he's very confident in keeping Spurs up, which I think is absolutely brilliant. I do like the fact that he's addressing all the problems, but he knows how tough it's going to be. But I think he's really relishing the challenge. He also said, I believe in the players. I think we have to remember who we are and who the players are, because we have a very big club, we have very big players. We have to work on their confidence and qualities. They have to show what they are and what they are good at playing. Now, I'm glad he mentioned that as well, because for me, these players, some of these players are bad, but I don't put it all down to them being bad players per se. I do think confidence is a huge factor when a footballer is playing. We've seen it many times over the years. Remember how amazing Fernando Torres was for Liverpool, but went to Chelsea, his confidence dropped and he looked like a completely different player. Now, same with Timo Werner. When he was playing out in Germany, he was full of confidence, banging in the goals. When he lost his confidence, he was absolutely the shadow of a player. So I'm glad De Zerbi mentioned that as well. We have to play with courage. We have to play with the qualities of the players, because if I accept this challenge, it's because I have big confidence in the players and the style of history of Tottenham. Football is a very clear style of play. I'm so glad he said that as well, because he's acknowledging how Tottenham fans want Tottenham to play and how we've played in the past. You know, the fast passing, entertaining, attacking football that we all like to watch. And that's something he will implement as a manager. I want to say the fans in the last 7 games, especially in this moment, are crucial. We have to be together. They have to stay close to the players, help the players, and the players have to show the right mentality, the right attitude to give back to the fans, satisfaction and what they want to see on the pitch. Because after this part of the season, I think we could become great in the future. Now, that is another brilliant thing to hear. You know, he knows we've just got to get through this tough period, then good times can come back to Tottenham again. So I am really excited for this upcoming season if we can stay up. Now, went on to a bit of more of a sensitive issue after this. So he was questioned on the Greenwood saga. Obviously, I'm really glad that they bring this up, and I'm really glad that he had to address this. And I think he addressed this really, really well. But let me know what you think. So, oh, yeah, by the way, as well, he had to translate this into Italian because he wanted to make sure he got his point across correctly and right to show respect of what he wanted to say. So, he said, I have never wanted to downplay the issue of violence against women or violence against anyone more broadly in my life. I have always stood up for those who are more vulnerable, more fragile. I've consistently fought and taken a stand to be on the side of those who are most at risk. He then said, those of you who know me well will know that I am not the kind of person who makes compromises to win more games or to win extra titles. He then said, I'm sorry if I offended anyone's feelings with this subject matter. I have a daughter and I'm very sensitive to these things, and I always have been. I hope that over time people will get to know me better and will understand that at the moment I didn't mean to take a stance at the time. I'm really, really glad he addressed it. I'm really, really glad that the fact that he's apologizing for offending people. For me, you know, Mason Greenwood's wife has given him a second chance. His kids have given him a second chance. Her family's given him a second chance. Their friends have given him a second chance. And Zerbi was giving him a second chance too. He was just doing the same as what Mason Greenwood's family was doing. But I'm still happy that he's addressed it. He's apologized if he's offended people. And I'm hoping now people can just get on board and move on. Because just remember, he hasn't committed a crime. Just remember that and keep that in mind. Now, he went on to say, I love keeping the ball. I love possession. I love to create chances to score. But at the same time, I love having 11 defenders. When we don't have the ball, because in this time of football, we have to attack with 11 players, with the goalkeeper as well. We have to defend with 11 players when the ball is not for us. That's music to our ears, because we will see attacking football with some structure. Now, I loved watching Angeball. I loved the way we used to attack teams. I loved beating Manchester City 4-0, Aston Villa 4-1, and so on. But we were very leaky at the back. Zerbi will still bring this attacking football, but at the same time, we'll be a lot more structured, which is really good to know. Tottenham, especially in this moment, is maybe the most important challenge of my career. I'm ready to start this challenge, and I want to work with my characteristics, with my passion, with my vision of football, and with my knowledge as well. So, yeah, again, I'm happy he said that as well. He knows the severity of this. He knows how important it is to keep Tottenham up. He knows how big this club is, and he's saying all the right things. Now, the next thing he said was the favorite thing on here for me, what he said, and this will give clarity to fans. This will give clarity to the players. This will give clarity to the board. When he said, I signed 5 years of contract because for me, it's a big challenge, and I will be the coach of Tottenham next season, no matter what. Now, that's just sending a message to the players to say, you better get on board, because even if we go down, I'm still going to be the manager. And if we stay up, I'm still going to be the manager, you know, no matter what. So now the players have realized they need to get on board with this manager or they'll be sent packing. And I really like that he said that as well. We are lucky. I am lucky because I have big players with big talent, and my work is to help the players to show their quality. Now, again, if he can get the best out of these players, I do believe they can be good enough with some confidence and breeding more confidence with some wins. We'll probably see a completely different Tottenham. I'm not saying 100% that everything's going to change overnight, but with a little bit of fire in their bellies, you might just see something different. We had a bit of fight against Liverpool. We had a bit of fight against Atletico, but can we show it week on, week out? We need to start doing that a lot more. Now, as a player that I probably think will struggle under this regime, because like he said, we need to attack with 11 players. And I think Vicario is going to massively struggle. He loves playing it out from the back. The goalkeeper's used as basically an extra centre-back, and he's a ball-playing goalkeeper normally. So we'll see how Vicario gets on, but we have got Kingsley. Let's see how he gets on too. Maybe he might end up becoming the #1 goalkeeper. But in my opinion, we do need to sign a new goalkeeper. A player that may improve under Zerbi for these last 7 games is Yves Bissouma. And the reason why I say that, he used to play for Zerbi for Brighton. And that was Bissouma's probably best ever season was under Zerbi when they finished 6th. He was one of the best midfielders in the league. And when we got him for 25 million, I thought it was an absolute bargain. But we have not seen that side of Bissouma since he's been here. Maybe Zerbi can get that out of him again. And imagine if we can get the Brighton Bissouma playing for us, he will be an exceptional player. So the players I think that will improve the most is the young guys. I think Gray Bergvall. When Vuskovic comes in, he's going to be immense. I reckon he's going to be absolutely outstanding. You know, you've got Xavi Simons. I think Xavi Simons is going to explode under this manager. And I think Kudos is you're going to get a lot more out of Kudos playing with this manager. So exciting times, really. It really is. Even Tell, you know, I think Tell could do really well under this manager. He loves his wingers. So you just never know. Now, if we look at the I didn't even save it. So if we look at what he did for Brighton, there was a bit of criticism for his first 7 games at Brighton. They said, I think he said they lost their first 3 or 4, or didn't get a win in the first 4 games. And if that happens, we're going to go down. But he got 8 points in the first 7 games for Brighton. I don't think that keeps us up. I don't think 8 points will be enough. But if you look at his Marseille start, I think he won 4 or 5 out of the first 6 games. I think he won 4 or 5 out of the first 6 games. I think he got something like 13 points in the first 6 games. So that would keep us up. So, and that was his most recent job as well. So hoping that he has the Marseille start for us and we can get some points on the board. All in all, I just think, you know, I think the interview was really strong. I think he was very passionate about coming to manage Spurs. A lot of people were saying he came just for the paycheck. Fair enough, maybe he did. But at the end of the day, he's still passionate about, you know, winning games. He's still passionate about improving players. So that won't change no matter, you know, no matter how much money he's being paid, he will still give his all and still give his best. I do believe that. He's got a lot of integrity. He's got a lot of admirers, managers, former players have all spoken very highly of him. In my next video, I'm probably going to speak about what all the Brighton fans have spoken about him and what all the Marseille fans have said about him, because there's a lot of support for this manager, saying that he's one of the best managers they've ever had, or the best manager that they've ever had. So I'm pretty excited, but at the same time, I'm apprehensive because I don't want us to go down. But we know De Zerbi is going to be with us next season if we do. And I honestly believe he will bring us straight back up now. I didn't believe that we'd come straight back up before, but under De Zerbi, I think we would. But I don't want us to go down. I don't believe we'll go down anymore. I honestly have got that so much hope now that this guy can keep us up. I've got hope. That's all it is. No facts, just hope. Let me know in the comments what you thought of today's video. What did you think of De Zerbi's interview? Did you think it was strong like me? Or did you think it was just all talk? Thank you for watching. Come on, you Spurs.